Interesting. I think the last time I heard this is not the first time I'm listening to this. The last time I heard it and when I reacted to it, thought it was about Islam. But today, listening to the song closely, seems like it's reference to a Catholic country with hills and the sheep and things like that. Unless I'm imagining it. But yeah, of course, there are also sheep in the Middle East. But seems like it's about something he said personally. It seems that way. The next thing you know, they'll take my thoughts away. He seems adamant on that. That next thing, they'll literally take my thoughts away. So it seems like they try to silence him for whatever reason. Maybe what do you call a gag order of sorts was put on him. Maybe he said something in the media about someone or some group, and that is what caused problems. I don't know. The title "Holy was" after listening to it seems a bit too far fetched. Why do you need such a ghastly, intense title? Anyways, I don't know the context of it all, so it's not my. I'm just listening to it, and based on the lyrics, it seems quite harsh. The title. So yeah, really, but great guitar work in there by the guitarist of Megadeth at that time.
Yep.
Great guitar work, phenomenal drumming, all round good vocals, and by Dave Mustaine, the vocalist and guitar player of Megadeth. Yeah, all round a good song definitely, but little bit, of course, you get lost without the proper context, I think, and that's what happened with me today. Seems a bit too far-fetched and intense a title. Anyway, what are your thoughts, Kirti?
Um, I think when you write strong lyrics, and especially when it comes to holy wars, a title like that, or religious issues, you want to keep it as vague as possible. At the same time, have a little bit of a hint that is getting conveyed. So that's what I think Megadeth tried balancing. So when you're writing lyrics or you want to convey a song like that, you don't want to make it absolutely out and out defined. This is what we are talking about, because then it would demand for a lot of outrage from certain community or the other. So what they tried doing is have a balanced thing, but at the same time give a hint of what they wanted to do, and which I thought they did it well. So they tried being vague. At the same time, in the vagueness or in the chaos, there was a message or there was a meaning that was hidden behind. What I liked the most was the experimental aspect of the way the music was arranged. It sounded experimental to me. It wasn't. It didn't have a sort of classical or general way of going about the entire song. They also did that also vaguely. So the way the lyrics were written and the music, the way it was composed, both complemented each other in that aspect, because they tried keeping both vague. There were brilliant moments in the song when, especially Dave Mustaine, when he came on the guitar, that was a great stretch. I enjoyed that part a lot. Not that other bits were not good, but that moment was defining for the song. It made it sound great.
Brother will kill brother, spilling blood across the land. Very intense lyrics, killing for religion, something I don't understand. I think every American should understand what war is all about, because they go around killing people for no rhyme or reason all the time. Every single day of the year, all the life of an American, I think they're used to war and bloodshed. So it makes no sense that an American, unless I'm wrong, is an American band is talking about brother killing brother. How hypocritical that is. It's a joke literally. It's literally a joke at such times. When every day of the year literally an American is going around killing someone in their own home, just entering their home and killing them for no rhyme or reason, pretending that this is a excuse. And at the end of the day, realize it's just for robbing them.
It's great.
Robbing them.
It's always been great.
Americans are the biggest thieves of the world, basically, in my humble opinion.
In my humble opinion. I like that. In my humble opinion. There used to be this judge, you remember, in The Good Wife. She always liked, in my humble opinion. If those who said it, that would be, he did better. I like the timing of this request. I definitely like the timing of this request at this time of the year, And at this point in the world, when things, we really don't know what's right, what's wrong, we have given up. I think most common people, I'm not sure those who are still interested in the war stories, I don't even look at the news last 15 days or so. I used to keep up with the news and I wanted to know something or the other, but then ever since this war has started, unnecessary, useless, whatever I may want to term it, in my humble opinion, I don't even look at the news because there's so much crap that is loaded every single day in the headlines and in the news, only about one aspect of or one thing of the news, that it's just waste of time, I feel. Those who are fighting, good for them, they should fight and they should die, which is good. I mean, that's a choice that they've made. And those who aren't, please spare, just spare the world of all this misery that you are putting everybody through, just because of somebody's greed and somebody's arrogance or ego,
American
everybody.
greed, to be precise.
So it's American greed, it's Iranian greed as well, I would say. Not that they are not greedy. Both sides would be greedy at the same time. Both are adamant, both are ignorant, both are egoistic, both are arrogant, and all of these combinations aren't good for rest in peace. Or maybe they are good for rest in peace.
Let's see
But yeah,
what-
we are doing rust
Let's see
in
what
peace.
youngster has to say about
What
this
Max?
song.
Yeah, a new view.
So first song of the album, Megadeth, Rust in Peace, requested by our patron Marco. What are your thoughts on Holy Wars, the punishment due?
I remember listening to this song, I think, in the past.
Okay.
I think Holy Wars I listened, I'm not sure the punishment
War
is
Pigs
due.
also you reacted to,
Yes,
right?
War Pigs.
Yeah,
so-
that's a different one.
Back then I'd said that the song, it seemed to be about crusades and crusaders, judging about how it's about a person going to another land, asking a shooter to kill on command. So it just seemed like a song with crusaders in olden times, medieval times, who went to Israel to fight against the invaders.
Okay, that would make
But
sense.
now,
You must be talking about some other song. Are you sure you heard this?
well, the first half seemed to suggest about religion and about Israel, so I think it's like crusaders. But the second half, it seems to suggest something else. Maybe it's not a crusade. Maybe it's about the modern wars that have been fought in Middle East and in Israel. So it could be a reference to wars in that are going on right now itself, like in Iran, which suggesting Israel. So it seems more relevant now also, not only at the medieval wars but even now also. And I think that the character that they are referencing, it might be a world leader of some kind, or maybe a commander of armies. Because after all, it seems that he is basically some sort of fighter who everyone wants dead and people are risking to employ. So who knows who this character is, but the person they're mentioning might even reference a president of a certain country, a leader of a country. So the song is very vague, and I think that they were being cowards by not giving any details. I think they wanted to just get publicity on in covering a song like this. They wanted basically, whenever they made the song, they wanted to get goodwill from the audience. They wanted the audience to think that they're revolutionary and they believe in anarchy and they believe in peace, but they didn't want to mention the culprits of it. They should at least make effort to mention who they're trying to target. Otherwise, it just turns into some strange song about some strange character. We cannot say what this character is, what this character wants, but this character seems to be dangerous. So I think it's they're just not brave enough to admit
Yeah,
what
in
they
the
wanted to
process
say.
of making the song, Megadeth also probably got a bit confused because the second song is an entirely different song.
Hangar,
There are two songs, the punishment
I
due,
think, yeah, right.
Holy Wars and the punishment due. Second half is completely different from the first, so I don't know what were they trying to do here. I think they got a bit confused, or maybe in trying to do something different, they confused me and confused
I think they
a
were
lot of
trying
their
to-
fans.
I think they were trying to basically reference a person who's alive when they created the song, who may have been some sort of leader, some very powerful person who everyone feared, but they didn't want to mention him for unknown reasons. Maybe it's because they wanted to not be divisive.
Do it covertly. They didn't
Yeah,
want to
but
do it
it
overtly,
did not.
but covertly.
But it doesn't send any message across to anyone. It's just a song now. It won't be historically popular if they did not make any effort to actually mention what's going on over here. So all I can say is that the song is one of the best guitar playing I've heard, but the lyrics are rubbish.
Lyrics are very low.
If you want to,
Having listened to it maybe second, third, fourth time now in my life, it definitely, closely listening to the lyrics, that is. May have heard it a lot more over the years, here and there. But it's quite vague and confusing. And yeah, I mean, it's all over the place actually. And someone who has no context of what they're talking about, it's literally, um, maybe it's a personal attack by Megadeth on someone. And it's quite American to do that, you know. So yeah, maybe a personal attack. Americans love to enter someone's house, somewhere in the Bahamas maybe tomorrow. They'll go all the way from America with 10 soldiers and enter some person's house in the Bahamas and say you're doing tourism the wrong way and we're going to shut your house down. We're going to burn your house down. So that's the American way of doing things. And definitely this must be a personal attack on someone somewhere who had sheep and was quietly herding sheep in the hills, and they just wanted to wipe them out or something, or made some reference about them, and then he's saying, they put a gag order on me. How American to do that, right? You have a president who should be literally gagged
He should, yeah.
perpetually. He should be gagged perpetually. But he never is. Because, yeah, Americans, I suppose, like being embarrassed and disgraced every second of the day. So they leave him ungagged, you know. So, yeah, anyway, enough of this. Yeah, it never will be received well. Americans and others in the West don't like listening to the truth that often. It's quite bitter. I guess everyone in their own way doesn't like listening to the truth, but more so Westerners. Yeah, so let's move on to the second song, Hangar 18.
Yes, for sure.
phenomenal
awesome.
heavy metal.
Awesome.
Some of the best heavy
Thrash.
metal music. But definitely second song in the row, second song of the album. It's early days yet on Rust in Peace, but it definitely leads me to believe now that Megadeth definitely didn't have good lyrics. They wrote mediocre lyrics, and this is a classic example of it. Great music, some of the best music you hear in heavy metal. Definitely a great band to watch live. I've watched them live in Mumbai, but of course not in their prime, so it was definitely not up to the mark. I felt looking back now and listening to how good their quality can be on an recorded album.
Awesome.
So yeah, great music, but mediocre lyrics. This is another example of it. It was all over the place. Limited lyrics, but all over the place. And really, they really should have worked harder on their lyrics. But great music, great music. Their music more than makes up for their lack of, intensity and sharpness in the lyrics. Yeah, great stuff musically. And wow, I didn't realize how important the lead guitarist of Megadeth was to the band success. It's all the lead guitar player here. All the lead guitar player. It's literally all of them chiming around in bits and pieces around him. He is a superstar. Unfortunately, not many people see it that way. Everyone knows only Dave Mustaine most of the time. And for most bands it's similar, that they only know the vocalist. But they know very little about this other guy. In fact, I've heard his name the first time today.
Marty Friedman, yes.
Quite frankly. And such great guitar playing. It's all him. The others don't even matter. You could get any drummer and guitarist and this song would sound just as good musically because it's all the lead guitar player working his magic
Oh, he was super.
on Hangar 18.
Hangar 18.
What weird names for the songs, titles.
That's Hangar 18. You
They
don't know
wanna-
about Hangar?
No, I don't
What
know.
is a hanger?
I don't know.
What is a Hangar?
Well, I
A
suppose.
hanger, clothes hanger,
No,
the
the other
airport
one.
hanger.
Yeah.
So what about it? It
I-
doesn't matter to me. That's the point.
I
It
think
doesn't matter to a layman sitting in Mumbai in his living room with his family
You
listening
have
to this.
no scope
It
for
does-
fantasy.
It doesn't matter
What is
to
your
me.
fantasy?
Doesn't matter to me. What is it about aliens? Are you saying that it's about aliens now?
Unidentified hanger.
Americans love aliens.
Unidentified
They have a
flying
love.
hanger.
They have a love-hate relationship with aliens. They even think Mexicans and Iranians,
Iranians.
are aliens.
Iranian.
Because it rhymes with aliens, so they think Mexicans and Iranians are also
Iranians.
aliens.
Unidentified flying man. That could be.
It's
the-
unidentified.
What are your thoughts on the song, Hangar 18? Since you think it is something of worth,
I don't care. I don't care what was in the lyrics. Definitely, there is nothing.
There
in
wasn't much.
There is nothing in the lyrics. Exactly.
they could have, Dave Mustaine could have just hummed along and it would have been a better song. I'll say that once again. Dave Mustaine, the vocalist of Megadeth, could have just hummed along and it would have been a better
But
song.
musically,
Even I'm rhyming it automatically.
Musically, it was awesome. I enjoyed that.
Well,
Musically,
so-
wow, hands down. It was all the way great. I kept enjoying and I said, wow. And I said, for a change, good that the band didn't focus too much on the lyrics because then I had to think about the lyrics and think about what is the lyrics. But here, I don't have to think about what is the lyrics. Maybe I know too much. I've seen too much or whatever he said. I've seen too much. I know too much about the Hangar 18. I don't want to know anything about Hangar 18. I only want to know about the music and I enjoyed the music.
Well,
it was non-stop. It was rigorous.
Can I
it was
speak?
rageful.
Let him speak. He wants
Yes,
to speak.
your moment, thanks.
Maybe he's
Well-
taken it too personally.
Whatever they mean by these lyrics are about this unidentified fortified observatory, it's like they're trying to describe
Is that the full form of UFO? I thought it was an unidentified flying object.
Unidentified fortified objectory.
no
Observatory.
Observatory.
unidentified fortified observatory. I mean, they're talking about instruments to see the stars and computer systems
I know.
around the world,
I know.
and they have steel that's so strong nothing can break it. I don't know what kind of dreams these people are having, or whether these people have.
Americans dream a lot.
You know, I wonder.
must dream.
You know, I wonder where these hangars
Don't
are right
dream too
now.
much though.
These indestructible hangars. We need more of them in the Middle East right now. Well, you know, the last few days has
I
been news of.
definitely need these kind of hangars in the Middle East because the oil things are going, oil things are all
Well,
getting
you know,
bombarded. We
even,
need better.
even
oil.
American planes got destroyed at the bases. We need these hangars that are indestructible to make sure no missile can touch them now.
Americans never learn.
Uninterrupted supply of oil we need.
Americans never learn. Never, ever. They were beaten literally so shamefully in Vietnam. They never learn their lesson though. They keep going to war, keep going to foreign lands and burning people's homes down, killing people left, right, and center. They never learn their lesson. Who knew that one country could just block a tiny narrow strait and everything would go haywire and everybody would be cursing Americans today? Who knew? Iranians are definitely super smart. The whole world underestimated them, and especially the Americans. They just blocked a strait and then, yeah, the whole world is literally at their mercy. Literally at their mercy today.
I wouldn't, I don't like Savio, America bashing, while we are reacting to Rust in Peace by Megadeth. I'll tell you some reasons, and that's where it would be peaking.
No, I'm not praising Iran.
Yeah.
I'm not praising Iran, and neither am I shaming USA.
Okay, thank you.
The truth is the truth.
Yeah. Now let me just finish with two sentences I would like to say here, and that would be America. I don't pay much attention to them anymore because I started realizing as we were growing up, we thought America was a very important country. Now, as we are growing older and having seen a little bit of the world and being able to put things into perspective, I realized that America is not that important. America is a very young. I mean, it's kind of a child of a country. So, and you can't expect too much from a child. It's literally a child of a country, and they don't really do everything right. They have done certain things right, and certain things definitely not gone well. So they are brats in that sense, and we have to give it to them. America did create a lot of a land of opportunity. I would give it to them that they did create a place where opportunity was literally highlighted, magnified, whatever you say, that people could create what they wanted in terms of technology and modernization. We are still using. We can communicate with literally with the entire world thanks to the things that they kept open in their land. So thanks to that. In terms of how they relate to people or how they connect with people, that hasn't been really their strength, area of strength. And I don't know whether they will be able to learn that or before that they will fade away. That I'm not sure. We are yet to witness all that in the future. But I think the latter would be happening. That before they really reap the rewards of things, this is not reaping the rewards. When you have had like 70 years of success, that's not success. In the longer range of history, 70 years is nothing. If you can sustain it for 700 years is something. 70 years is nothing. Last 70 years is something that we have seen America do this or that good. But I see that going away or literally slipping away under their feet so fast that they don't know how to keep themselves stable. And this is what is happening, we are witnessing at the moment in the world. That they don't know, things are slipping out and what to do.
It's sad that Americans have a wonderful way of distracting us. Here we are listening to Megadeth's Rust in Peace, and Dave Mustaine, if he's watching this, will say, please talk about the Hangar 18. I wrote it so well, and you're talking about irrelevant things. Talk about the song. So it's such a shame that Americans have a wonderful way of distracting us from the main topic. While they go and rob someone else's house.
In a way, in real life too, all these unidentified, fortified observatories are just excuses for America to do bigger things. They can do aliens, observatories, and everything. One day, at the end of the day, if it matters so much, they would be busy going to space to find aliens instead of fighting wars. They just want to distract people with all this rubbish. And this song is just giving them more attention to the government.
One of my favorite shows used to be that UFO show. What was that?
The proof is out there.
The proof is out there. You get to learn so much about unidentified objects.
There's some of the ugliest footage ever seen. Some of the footage is so bad.
Scam.
Why can't they have clear footage? Even the best drones and planes in the world have bad footage.
The joke of it all is that those so-called experts sit and talk about it so seriously.
Yeah.
You know, when you don't even have proper footage,
watch it to believe
they
it.
sit and talk about it so seriously
And
because
they are experts.
Millions of fools in America and across the world are going
Will
to
take them seriously.
seriously.
Yeah, that's the entitlement. That's the reason why I used to like it, because that kind of boldness and that kind of brazenness, you gotta learn from them. That's what it was.
Yeah. Let's move on anyway. But let's take a little break and we'll come back.
You need something to
next
digest.
song. Yeah. Hangar 18. I need to. Nothing to rhyme with it. So Let's just end
It's
the
a
video.
hangover, that's it.
Let's just hangover 18 now. Having a hangover 18.
Yeah.
Hmm.